be allowed to continue her IAS training in Pune. The Maharashtra government has responded by complying with the directive, essentially relieving Khedkar from her training duties. This is as good as essentially firing this IAS trainee. Puja Khedkar, who has in fact violated and cheated the system on many fronts, which we'll expose for you in just a bit as well, now faces action and strict action at that. I'd like to bring in our reporters on this broadcast. We've got Omkar Vable, who's joining us live from Pune, and Dipesh Tripathi, who's joining us live from Vashim. Omkar, to you first. You've been tracking every update that has come in on the story, and finally a crackdown based on our coverage, based on our reports that highlighted exactly this, the kind of scams that she had actually perpetrated. And all along, she's maintained that this is nothing but a witch hunt, Omkar. She'll now have to leave Maharashtra immediately.
Exactly. Till 23rd of July, she'll have to go back to the Mussoorie, back to the Lal Bahadur Shastri Administrative Academy, which is situated in the Mussoorie. So till 23rd, there will be no excuse, which is highlighted and mentioned in that notice given to the Puja Khedkar. So within the next 5 to 7 days, she has to go back to again to the Mussoorie and to continue her rest of the training. Before that, she was posted here in the Pune, and the controversy started. Later on, Maharashtra government took decision to give her a different charge as an assistant collector in the Vashim. But now, General Administration Department and also the Additional Chief Secretary has issued letter to the Puja Khedkar, and her rest of the training period will be in the Mussoorie. So finally, Administrative Academy of Mussoorie has already told her to come back to the Mussoorie, and we have to check now what kind of happenings and what kind of different kind of actions are being taken over there. So we'll have to check whether.
Explain this to us. Right now, yes, there's a crackdown by the academy. They've called her back. The Maharashtra government has complied, relieving her of all of her duties. But is this really a crackdown? She's being relieved of her duties in Pune, but will she continue her training in Mussoorie? In which case, it's not really action per se. She's just being relieved from Maharashtra.
No, we have to segregate the things. Just because she wasn't a full-time employee of the Maharashtra government, she was a trainee officer in the Maharashtra. So Maharashtra government could not able to take action against her, and that is why her we can say her actually legal custody or her legal guardian was the Academy of Mussoorie, situated Academy of Lal Bahadur Shastri, which is situated in the Mussoorie. So that is why even the central government wasn't intervening in all this, was not able to intervene in all this matter. But I think the different kind of action has already been initiated against her. Like now they already called her back. Second thing is her probation period in the Maharashtra and her service in Maharashtra has already ended up. And the third issue is main. One-member committee of central government has already formed. So she'll submit her all reports, and if there are any fraud or in case there are some other documents are pending, now she'll have to cooperate with the central government committee.
Let's talk about the investigation further. And I have Dipesh Tripathi, who's joining us live from Vashim in Maharashtra. And Dipesh has been digging through, getting us some of the details of the forgeries, the fakeries that have come to light in many of her certificates. Right now, Dipesh, action has been taken, but that's pending an investigation. And formal inquiry will perhaps throw up more details of exactly what kind of scams she's pulled off in her UPSC applications and many of the exams in the last many years that she's attended, conducted. She's in fact gone ahead and scammed, forged many of her certificates. The details of that is still emerging right now. What we've dug out is just the tip of the iceberg. So as far as the investigation goes, anything that's really been thrown up on that front?
Akshata, yes, definitely. With every new day, the new alleged fraud of Puja Khedkar is coming in the light, and we have seen that how she produced her credential, her education certificates step by step, and which was quoted as fraudulently allegedly fraud. So with every day we can say the trouble of Puja Khedkar is mounting, and right now this is we can say the training of the Puja Khedkar is stopped, and this is the first step, because still the report of the committee is pending, the findings of the committee is the pending. Still Puja Khedkar has to give the statement to the committee. The most important thing, when we today morning we spoke to Puja Khedkar, she while speaking she said this is the first time she said a different one line from the past few days. She was saying that she is not authorized to speak, but this is the first time when she said that the new evidence which are coming on a daily basis, these are fake, and how can new evidence come to related to any person each and every day. So this is a different statement which was given by the Puja, and right now we are outside the Puja's house. Today she came early from the training. When we tried to ask her, she denied to speak. But right now some people are there inside the room meeting with Puja. They might be her relatives or her supporters. We don't know exactly who are they. But right now the trouble on Puja Khedkar is mounting too much. Akshata.
Okay, Dipesh will be standing by to get us a reaction from Puja Khedkar on the action that's been taken against her. Like Dipesh has been telling us, Puja so far has maintained that this is a witch hunt against her. She's, blamed the media and whatnot, but the proof is out there. And I just want to focus on the kind of revelations that have come to the fore. From day one of India Today's reportage, when we highlighted to you how she went ahead and forged disability certificates, to today where we've unearthed how she's cheated her age, she's changed her name several times in different applications, forged fitness certificates, of course, as we've told you, even forged her OBC certificate. All of this tells you that she's created this web of lies, a web of deception, to ensure she's fully prepared for these exams. She's cheated the system, and today she's finally paying the price.
More skeletons tumbling out in IAS probationer Puja Khedkar case. The public servant is allegedly at the center of an elaborate scam involving forged medical records, multiple name changes, and even age manipulation. Two separate orders by the Central Administrative Tribunal on Puja Khedkar's petitions are showing several mismatches. The glaring lapses and errors emerging day after day after India Today set the agenda with the Puja Khedkar newsbreak. The CAT order in 2020 mentions Puja's age as 30, while another order 3 years later in 2023 gives the age as 31, an addition of just 1 year in a gap of 3 years. Further, in 2020, she uses the name Dr. Khedkar Puja Dilip Rao, while in the application 3 years later, her name became Ms. Puja Manorama Dilip Khedkar. The irregularities don't stop there. Puja Khedkar allegedly obtained a third medical certificate from a hospital in Pune to qualify for the civil services, claiming she had a 7% permanent locomotor disability in her lower left limb. However, the 2007 medical certificate submitted by her MBBS admission shows no mention of any disability.
जो मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट दिया है उसमें एग्जैक्टली जिक्र क्या है?
That she is fit physically and mentally to undergo MBBS course ऐसा है, and absence of disabilities लिखा है उसमें.
Absence of disabilities. So in 2007, while she was taking admission here, she had no disabilities.
She was fit physically and mentally.
Despite these glaring allegations, Puja Khedkar maintains her innocence and calls the charges against her a media trial.
See, the committee is set up for that. Whatever is there, whatever are the documents, whatever my submission is there, whatever the experts will decide, they will decide it. And I think we should wait for the decision of the committee.
As the case unfolds, the authorities are under pressure to get to the bottom of Puja Khedkar's alleged fraud. With Omkar Wable in Pune, Bureau Report, India Today.
You look at how really Puja Khedkar pulled off this kind of a scam on multiple levels. It clearly reeks of arrogance and a belief that she'd 100% get away with it. Let's break it down for you. There's first the disability of a scam. in which essentially she claimed that she had a disability for an IAS birth in 2022. 2007 certificate didn't show any disability. 2022, it's very much there, where she claimed to have a locomotor disability. She used this certificate in the UPSC application, and this is something we exposed here on India Today. But that's not all. When we dug deeper, we found another layer of scam, and that is with regards to her caste, which community she belongs to. She claimed a quota, the OBC non-creamy layer quota. How? By faking the annual parental income, by fraudulently going ahead and mentioning that she belongs to that community, and therefore took OBC quota not once but twice, both in 2007 and in 2022. In both times, fraudulent certificates were given. Then the issue of age, and this is something we have highlighted in the last 24 hours, that 2020 versus 2023, she's aged essentially just 1 year. In 3 years, she went from 30 to 31. So she's faked her age too, and this was in her CAT applications. Those details, those papers are with us. We scrutinized it to find that from 2020 to 2023, she went from 30 years old to 31. In 3 years, she's aged 1 year. Then, when it comes to her name, she's changed her name twice for exams. And you could argue that, look, it may be just a minor tweak, but look at the names here. In 2020, the name mentioned in the exam paper, in the application, is Dr. Khedkar Puja Dilip Rao. This is the name that's used. In 2023, 3 years later, she's Puja Manorama Dilip Khedkar. That's the name that's been used. So completely different names. Again, there'll be questions of why exactly she did that. Did she think that, she would go ahead and ensure that even if there was some duplicity found in her certificates, because of the name difference, she'd get away with it? Dipesh is also live with us, and he's tracking all the updates from outside Puja Khedkar's residence right now. So far, amid all of these allegations coming to the fore, Dipesh, as you've pointed out, she's completely denied all of it. She's facing, of course, a formal inquiry. But this is on multiple levels that this kind of a scam has been exposed: on disability, on age, on her name, and of course on the quota that she sought, the OBC quota that she sought.
Akshata, definitely she has been manipulated the documents on each and every step, whether it is her disability certificate, whether it is her age certificate, or whether it is her name certificate. We have seen that each and every step was for the producing the documents of the Puja Khedkar. She used the manipulated documents. So this is the case, and once again she said that this is media trial going on right now, but let me clear the one thing, that authorities had taken the action on her not on the basis of the media trial, but on the facts which they came to know. So definitely if this action has been taken on the Puja Khedkar, so is definitely there is something which Puja was hiding, and Puja was doing something wrong during the her selection process. So this is a big question, and the more information we will come to know once the report of the committee is finalized and once the statement of the Puja has been recorded in front of the committee. So after that, then the whole picture would be get clear, and the severe action might be taken if she found guilty in that committee reports.
Okay, Dipesh, just stay on with us. Puja has spoken multiple times on the allegations against her. She's maintained first that she's not in a place to actually go into the details because there is a formal investigation against her, but has also repeatedly said that all of this is a media trial being conducted against her. Let's get you all the reactions that Puja Khedkar has given since these allegations and these alleged scams came to the fore.
The committee is set up for that. Whatever is there, whatever are the documents, whatever my submission is there, whatever the experts will decide, they will decide it. And I think we should wait for the decision of the committee. See, the committee is set up for that. Whatever is there, whatever are the documents, whatever my submission is there, whatever the experts will decide, they will decide it. And I think we should wait for the decision of the committee, and we should respect.
रात में पुलिस जो आई थी, अब किस मुद्दे को लेके आई थी, कितने घंटे थे?
पुलिस को मैंने बुलाया था, पुलिस आई नहीं थी. प्लीज करेक्ट योर स्टेटमेंट. एंड आई हैड सम वर्क विद देम, एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई हैड कॉल्ड द पुलिस. बाकी पुलिस किसी भी जांच के लिए या किसी इसके लिए नहीं आई. ये जो टेक्निकल चीज़ें हैं तो आप मुझे पूछ रहे हैं, उन्होंने इसीलिए एक एक्सपर्ट कमेटी इस्टेब्लिश की है और जो भी इसके टेक्निकल डिटेल्स है और जो भी मेरा सबमिशन है, आई विल डेफिनेटली गिव दैट। मैंने आपको कल भी यही बोला था, मैं आज भी आपको यही बोल रही हूँ कि लेट द एक्सपर्ट कमेटी डिसाइड, लेट द एक्सपर्ट्स डिसाइड। ऑब्वियसली आई एम नो वन टू से, यू आर नो वन टू से, कॉमन पब्लिक इज नो वन टू से। द एक्सपर्ट्स इन दैट स्पेसिफिक फील्ड, द एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, they will decide. I am very sure that whatever is the truth, whatever it is, it will come in front of the government.
It's not just a question of Puja Khedkar. Her entire family at this point seem to be habitual offenders of being drunk on power, of showing off their influence, or at least trying to go ahead and use their influence. These are videos on your screens of Puja Khedkar's mother, Manorama. On the left of your screens is of her threatening farmers with a pistol in her hand, and another video that's come to the light now is from 2022, where she's threatening metro workers in Pune. Now, Manorama is seen aggressively arguing with metro construction workers in Pune. Why? Because the construction work was going on near her residence and she had a problem with the noise it was raising. So she came out of her house, again completely showing off her influence, tried to go ahead and threaten them, saying, "You don't know who I am, stop this right now, stop the construction." This was public work that was happening. Manorama wanted them to stop because the noise was disturbing her and so resorted to threatening them. Not the first time that we've seen Manorama Khedkar actually create this kind of ruckus, or the entire family for that matter, because like I said, she's been seen earlier threatening a farmer and brandishing a gun. And that's why heat is also mounting on the family of Puja Khedkar, on her father as well as her mother. Her mother, because of that video of her threatening a farmer with a pistol, has gone viral. She's missing. She's reportedly absconding at this point. Her father's also wanted. He's at this point declared assets worth 40 crores. And there are questions also about irregularities that he's conducted, which is why he's also wanted for questioning. Both of them are reportedly absconding. Multiple teams are now on the lookout for this couple. Puja hasn't given any details about her parents' whereabouts as of now.
More revelations in the IAS Puja Khedkar case. The IAS trainee had allegedly claimed to be visually impaired in her affidavit to the Union Public Service Commission for the Civil Services exam. But Khedkar made no mention of disability when she sought admission in medical college before that.
उन्होंने 93 कैटेगरी में एडमिशन लिया था, बिलोंगिंग टू वंजारी कम्युनिटी। तो उसके कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट है, वैलिडिटी है, कास्ट वैलिडिटी, और नॉन क्रीमी लेयर सर्टिफिकेट है।
अभी जब वो यूपीएससी अपीयर कर रही है तब उसे मेंटल इलनेस हो या फिर मल्टीपल डिसेबिलिटीज हो, ये अलग अलग दिखाई दे रहे हैं। क्या आपके पास उसका कुछ उस वक्त का मेडिकल फिटनेस के सर्टिफिकेट अवेलेबल है जिसमें ऐसे कुछ उसका जिक्र किया हुआ है?
मेडिकल फिटनेस सर्टिफिकेट तो देना ही पड़ता है, उसका है अपने पास। और उसमें डिसेबिलिटी कोई
इसी फाइल में है?
हाँ है।
ओके।
और उसके लिए डिसेबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट कोई नहीं है, इसके लिए सेपरेट सर्टिफिकेट लगता है, वो नहीं है हमारे पास। एंड एब्सेंस ऑफ डिसेबिलिटीज लिखा है उसमें।
Trouble is now mounting for Puja's family as well. The Khedkars are now caught in another controversy over a land dispute. The Pune police claim Puja's parents are on the run and have switched off their mobile phones. Police teams are searching for the couple in Pune and nearby areas. 3 teams have been formed to trace them, but so far the whereabouts of Dilip Khedkar and Manorama Khedkar remain unknown.
उनके खिलाफ पौड़ पुलिस स्टेशन में एफआईआर दर्ज है। वो सिलसिले में हम उनको ढूंढ रहे हैं। उनके पास वो क्राइम के अगेंस्ट इंक्वायरी करना है, और यहाँ आए हैं तो लॉक है उनका घर, और उनके मोबाइल नंबर भी स्विच ऑफ लग रहा है।
The situation escalated for the Khedkars after a video showing Puja's mother Manorama Khedkar threatening a farmer with a firearm went viral. The farmer alleged that the Khedkars had encroached his land and hired goons to beat him up.
Newly launched FIR says that section 504-506 criminal intimidation has already been added in the newly FIR, but now interestingly traffic police department has seized the Audi with the beacon. Secondly, Pune CP has issued notice to Manorama Khedkar under the violation of Arms Act.
The police have also seized an Audi car used by Puja Khedkar. The vehicle was found with a red and blue beacon, a VIP number plate and Maharashtra government written on it, all in violation of the Motor Vehicles Act. and what Puja Khedkar is entitled to as an IAS officer trainee. Puja is silent on the allegations against her and her family.
जो भी जांच कमेटी है उनके सामने I will keep all my things.
As the search for Manorama and her husband continues, the controversy surrounding the Khedkar family escalates. A government panel is already investigating whether Puja Khedkar got a disability certificate and non-creamy layer OBC certificate in violation of norms to get selected into the IAS. The whole saga has exposed serious issues of power misuse. With Omkar Wable in Pune, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the incident surrounding Puja Khedkar and the serious allegations of how she went ahead and forged several certificates has raised a larger and more worrying question, perhaps, about whether the entire UPSC system is fraudulent, is in fact mired in these kind of practices, and whether it's rampant among several IAS officers, several UPSC applicants who've used disability certificates before. Because a second example has come to the fore amid this controversy that's again put the glare on the question. A former IAS officer who's now an actor, Abhishek Singh, and this is someone who's got 5 million plus followers on social media, finds himself embroiled in a controversy. He had a disability certificate as a UPSC applicant, and now there are videos of him working out in the gym which are going viral on social media, with many people questioning how exactly are you working out and flexing your muscles if you are disabled. Clearly once again raising questions about whether this is a certificate that's handed out left, right and centre among UPSC applicants.
A former IAS officer an actor and a bodybuilder. But here is why Abhishek Singh, who has a massive 5 million following on social media, is making headlines. It's got to do with this video. This video has garnered a whole lot of attention. Why? Because amid the IAS Puja fraud case, it comes to light that Abhishek too in his UPSC had a disability certificate, and much like Puja, had a certificate saying he had a locomotor disability. And now his workout video has led to netizens asking, does this look like a disabled person? The actor and influencer has now clarified with a detailed post on social media where he's cried foul and claimed there is a conspiracy against him. Abhishek has claimed he's being targeted by an army of anti-reservationists, as he calls it. He's also claimed he's being targeted for raising his voice for reservation, and critics of the same are tarnishing his image. So while he rambles on and on about being targeted, not once has Abhishek actually clarified on whether he's disabled or not. Abhishek Singh, who is awaiting the release of his maiden film, isn't new to controversy. He was suspended in 2023 by the UP government for going on leave without a sanction, an unpardonable offence for IAS officers. Just months before that, in 2022, Abhishek was fired from his post of General Observer during the Gujarat Assembly election because he was seen posing with his official vehicle for some social media likes. Again, a big no-no for such senior officers. Amid the serious allegations of fraud and forgery against IAS Puja, Abhishek Singh is now under the scanner over his disability claim in his UPSC application. This, however, raises a larger question. Have many UPSC applicants faked disability certificates and forged documents to become so-called officers of repute? Bureau Report, India Today.
Absolutely worrying that in the last 1 week, 2 alleged instances of this kind of cheating the system has come to the fore. And we're going to continue taking this forward with our campaign to clean the IAS here on India Today. I'm slipping into a very, very short break on 6 p.m. Prime. On the other side, we're shifting focus to news from the south. Our focus will be on what's happening in Tamil Nadu, where there's been another shocking murder of a Neta.
From the country's #1 Neta.
मोदी जी हर तरह के सवाल का जवाब दे सकते हैं, तो आखिरकार प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस या इंटरव्यू क्यों नहीं करते?
बीजेपी कहती है ये एंटी हिंदू पार्टी है।
But if this election gets polarized, you do know that the India alliance is a done deal.
सर, आपके घोषणा पत्र में एनआरसी जो है वो इस बार आपने मेंशन नहीं की।
Do you also have national ambitions, Pawan Kalyan Garu?
You really think संविधान is in danger?
अजीत पवार करप्ट है कि नहीं, आप क्या बोलेंगे फडणवीस साहब?
इलेक्शन प्रक्रिया में आपका विश्वास है कि नहीं?
Could have been anti-incumbency.
Fearless, sideless, no excuses. All Netas, all sides. One channel. India Today.
Welcome back. Let's get you news from Tamil Nadu, where 3 politicians have been targeted by gangsters in the state in a matter of 1 month. The latest incident being that of a Nam Tamilar Kachi Neta in Madurai being hacked to death by a gang. He was chased down when he was out for his early morning walk and hacked to death by this gang. And while the investigation is still underway, mind you, the accused haven't been nabbed just yet. There's outrage over the situation of law and order in the state. Pressure is piling up on the Stalin government because this particular incident of murder comes just a week after the Tamil Nadu BSP chief Armstrong was similarly hacked to death in the city of Chennai. The NTK chief Seeman has issued a deadline to the government saying that if the killers aren't nabbed immediately, he will stage a statewide protest. The opposition is now demanding Chief Minister Stalin's resignation and questioning why ally Congress, why Rahul Gandhi is silent and hasn't visited any of these victims' homes.
Alarming spike in Tamil Nadu gang murders targeting netas. Bloodshed, gang rivalry, brutal murders by increasingly brazen gangsters who chase and hack netas to death. Balasubramanian, a leader of Nam Tamizhar Katchi or the NTK party, out on morning walk, was chased by 4 gangsters on a busy Madurai street and brutally hacked to death. Shockingly, the murder took place very close to a state minister's residence despite police presence. This is the 3rd such incident in Tamil Nadu in a month.
We should control. We are telling that from Congress party, intelligence should be the strengthening. We should control the murder. Some personal issue, some small family problem, continuously doing. If we compare to previous regime, 10 years, take this 3 years regime. This is less, but we should not cross this line. Tamil Nadu police should take proper stern action against this kind of brutal murder. I request the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu look into this matter sharply and gives proper direction to the police.
Popular Dalit activist and Tamil Nadu BSP chief K. Armstrong was hacked to death outside his house in Chennai's Perambur on July 6th. He was killed by unidentified bike-borne gangsters. One of Armstrong's killer was recently killed by police in an encounter. PMK Neta Sivasankar was attacked by a group of goons in Kadalur in Tamil Nadu on July 8th. He was stabbed in broad daylight and grievously injured in the attack. Stalin government in Tamil Nadu is now under fire following spate of deadly gang attacks on opposition netas. The opposition BJP and AIADMK have demanded CM MK Stalin's resignation for complete lawlessness in the state.
We have been saying that the law and order is deteriorating in Tamil Nadu, and this is because of the inefficient and mismanaged administration in the Tamil Nadu state for the past 3 years. That is why, the murderers, the gangs, the coolie gangs, they are trying to do all these things. And they are being paid. These paid gangs, rowdies are becoming more and very strong. And this is really worrying the people of Tamil Nadu. People are really afraid to walk also in the streets, and that is happening.
But the state government claims all is well compared to other states.
If you have to look at the NCRB data, the law and order situation in Tamil Nadu right now, after 2021 until now, is better than what it was during the preceding 4 years of Edappadi Palaniswamy's rule, or even beyond. Right? And if you also compare it with BJP rule state, Tamil Nadu's law and order situation is much better. But again, there's also the unnecessary politics by BJP, not pertinent to any incident, but overall they've been trying to portray Tamil Nadu in a bad light.
The continuous murders of political netas and encounters in the state has shocked the people of Tamil Nadu. On 5th of July, BSP State Chief Armstrong was brutally murdered behind a police station. On 8th of July, a PMK functionary was chased and hacked and is in the hospital undergoing treatment. On 16th of July, an NTK functionary was chased and brutally hacked to death, leading to the opposition raising harsh comments about the state of law and order in Tamil Nadu. Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
And let me bring in Pramod Madhav, who's joining us live from Chennai with more details on this. Pramod, good evening. You just listed out for us in a reporter earlier the number of incidents of violence, in some cases unfortunately leading to murder also in Tamil Nadu. And obviously there will be questions right now on the law and order situation. After the murder of Armstrong, we did see the Tamil Nadu government take a number of measures, seemingly corrective steps to address the law and order crisis. But here you have another incident, this time in Madurai. What's been the government's response?
Absolutely, Akshita. It's a very unfortunate murder that has occurred. It was quite shocking because, imagine in the past 10 days or so, there have been multiple, either murder or encounter in the state of Tamil Nadu, starting with the BSP chief, and then we had two encounters in the state. One was on Sunday, that to a person who was involved in the murder of Armstrong, and now we have another murder, that's a brutal murder in front of, in a close vicinity of a state minister's residence at Madurai, and so far culprits are yet at large and police are only going through CCTV footage to arrest them. So this is really something very much concerning. Earlier when Armstrong murder occurred, we are not connecting dots, but the city police commissioner was transferred, and a lot of transfer that occurred. But today, at similar manner, several IAS officers have been transferred as well, including the principal secretary for home. She has also been transferred. We have a new principal secretary for home in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the DMK government is claiming that all corrective measures are being taken. But the thing is that on ground, we are not finding it effective because, unfortunately, in the past 2 months, if you go ahead and calculate it, there have been a murder of political netas, counting to number 4, and 2 encounters, Akshita.
And there will be questions asked right now of the Stalin government on what's being done to address the seriously worrying situation of netas in particular being targeted in this brutal manner. Thanks very much, Pramod, for joining us with all of those details. Meanwhile, what's also making headlines in Tamil Nadu as well as in Karnataka is something we see every single year: the Kaveri water war. This time, Karnataka has refused to go ahead and give 1 TMC of water, of Kaveri water, to Tamil Nadu. And it's triggered a face-off. Again, Karnataka cited lack of rains. Now, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had chaired an all-party meeting to discuss issues related to Kaveri water yesterday. Today, you had Chief Minister Stalin chairing a similar all-party meeting in Chennai, seeking solutions from his colleagues on what really needs to be done. We've been seeing protests also taking place in several parts of both states, in Tamil Nadu as well as in Karnataka. This incident in Tamil Nadu, where you had CPI workers staging a rail roko, condemning the Karnataka government's decision to not release some of the water which they claim is due to them. Now, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has put the onus of the Tamil Nadu government, saying that his government will release water when the state has apt water levels, and has put the onus on the Tamil Nadu government, saying, allow us to go ahead with the Mekidatu Dam construction and everything will be taken care of. The BJP, meanwhile, has lashed out at the DMK and the Congress, saying they're allies, they're part of the India bloc, and yet they're fighting it out in this manner.
Tamil Nadu, they have every right to meet as we meet. We don't object their meeting. It is their duty. I don't want to comment on that. But at the same time, from yesterday, I am getting good inflow, more than 50,000 inflow in Kaveri region. And whatever is there, we are allowing to go out of Harangi. I think more than 20,000 was going out of Harangi and other places. If God permits us, all our problem will be sorted out.
Including AIADMK and BJP, all the parties have shared their views regarding Kaveri river water dispute. Finally, our Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu proposed one resolution that condemning the attitude of Karnataka government that violation of Kaveri Tribunal verdict and Supreme Court verdict. We will give pressure to the Kaveri Management Board or authority to implement this verdict given by the Supreme Court or given by the guidelines given by the Regulation Authority. 2007 Kaveri Tribunal judgment, the 2018 Supreme Court judgment. Karnataka government should give water to Tamil Nadu farmers. So we have rights. All court and tribunal given clear mandate. Without fail, without delay, Kaveri water should give from Karnataka. Today we unanimously passed the resolution. All parties supported CM resolution. We passed today. So in future, should not delay. Karnataka government should release.
We've got breaking news coming in. Kalvakuntla Kavita, who is currently in Tihar jail, has now been rushed to a hospital in Delhi after her health deteriorated. The BRS MLC has been taken to the DDU hospital. Sketchy details that are in right now, so we're yet to ascertain exactly what has happened and what's led to Kavita being shifted out of the Tihar jail and to a hospital immediately. Remember that K. Kavita is currently behind bars and has been for the last many months in the Delhi liquor case. And in her many, in fact, appearances in court, she did maintain that she will continue to fight this out, calling all of the charges against her as nothing but political vendetta. Now we're hearing that K. Kavita, due to a deterioration in her health condition, has been rushed to a hospital in Delhi. We'll keep track of the updates that come in on K. Kavita's health condition. And meanwhile, the political landscape in Telangana has been rather interesting in the last few days. We're seeing a number of defections from the BRS to the Congress, and these are key members of the BRS who've shifted over. The latest defection includes BRS MLA Guddam Mahibal Reddy, who's joined the Congress on Monday. You've had MLAs, MPs, MLCs all heading to the Congress. Revant Reddy formally welcomed this MLA too into the party. You also had several other candidates also shifting over. It's led to serious questions about whether at this point the BRS is facing a massive existential crisis. The Congress is eyeing a crucial milestone. They need 26 out of the BRS's 39 MLAs to defect in order to essentially merge the BRS into the Congress to ensure that the BRS doesn't have the opposition status anymore. And KCR will lose the leader of opposition post, which will be hugely embarrassing for him. Now, the BRS has hit out at the Congress, accusing them of bribing their leaders and going ahead and stealing them from the party.
ऑलरेडी हम लोग हाई कोर्ट में लड़ रहे हैं डिफेक्शंस को लेके. उम्मीद है कि हाई कोर्ट इंसाफ करेगी. अगर हाई कोर्ट इंसाफ नहीं करती, सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का तो कवर्ड जजमेंट है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच जो है धर्मासन, उन्होंने साफ साफ कहा कि स्पीकर के लिए बस 3 महीने काफी है डिसाइड करने के लिए डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन पिटीशन पे. ये 3 जज बेंच का जो वर्डिक्ट था उसको अपहोल्ड किया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच ने. इसलिए हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि स्पीकर सर भी उसका रेस्पेक्ट करेंगे और कोई फैसला लेंगे. अगर नहीं लेते हैं तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट जरूर जाएंगे और जल्द से जल्द, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी कवर्ड जजमेंट है, जल्द से जल्द इंसाफ मिलेगा.
Interesting political developments coming in from Telangana, which we will continue to track. I'm shifting track, however, right now to what's happening in Uttar Pradesh, where the monsoons have been wreaking havoc, particularly the district of Hardoi, that's been completely inundated due to incessant rainfall. The district in many parts has been completely submerged as residents struggle for basic amenities. Our next report highlights exactly that. You'll be shocked by what you see on your screens.
उत्तर प्रदेश में बाढ़ के हालात से जीवन बिल्कुल भी अब लोगों का पटरी पर नहीं है और ऐसे हालात में इस समय हम मौजूद हैं हरदोई ज़िले में. और हरदोई ज़िले में बाढ़ ने अपने पूरे कई गांवों को, तकरीबन 1 दर्जन ऐसे गांव हैं जिनको अपने चपेट में ले लिया है. आप जो तस्वीरें देख रहे हैं ये गांव के अंदर की है तस्वीरें, जहां पर आप देखिए कईयों का जो चारा रखा जाता था वो झोपड़ी वो डूब जा चुकी है. इसमें आप देख सकते हैं जो चारा काटने वाली मशीन है वो पूरी तरीके से डूब गई है. ये हालात आप देखिए, ये हालात गांव के हैं और गांव वालों ने अपने आप को बचाने के लिए अब इधर उधर शरण लेना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि ये सभी गांव वाले अब चाहते हैं इनकी मदद की जाए. लेकिन जो पानी का स्तर है आप देखिए कि गर्दन तक पानी आ गया है और ऐसे में अब इनके लिए बड़ी मुश्किल हो रही है, खाने की भी मुश्किल हो रही है. ऐसे में जो व्यवस्था व्यवस्था जानवरों की होती है वो भी मुश्किल हो गई है। और कई ऐसी परिस्थितियों के सामने अब इनके सामने आ गई कि अब ये क्या करें, इनको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, क्योंकि शासन प्रशासन भी मदद ना कर पाने में इनकी कहीं ना कहीं असफल हो रहा है।
अब क्या करें भैया, जब सामान हटा ही ना पड़ा,
सब डूब गया।
और क्या डूब गया सब।
तो कैसे अब रह रहे हैं इस समय इसी पानी में इतना?
अब ऊपर रह रहे, ऊपर सड़क पर। हाँ।
कोई व्यवस्था की गई, कोई मदद?
कोई नहीं मदद हुई यहाँ।
अच्छा।
कोई न सुनवाई हुई न मदद हुई।
देखिए आप तस्वीरें देखिए कि ये नल जो है पूरा बहुत लंबा था यहाँ पर, जो पूरा पानी में समा गया है। और ऐसे ही ये मशीन चारा काटने की थी, वो भी पूरी तरीके से पानी में समा गई है। और अब यहाँ के जो गांव वाले हैं ये अब मजबूर हैं कि आखिर करें तो क्या करें, क्योंकि इतना पानी अचानक से जब आया तो इनको भी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि वो उनके गाँव के साथ उनके सपनों को भी तोड़ता हुआ चला जाएगा।
Absolutely shocking scenes there in Hardoi. You can only imagine the inconvenience to locals there, as is the case in many parts of Uttar Pradesh as a result of these monsoons. I'm slipping into a very short break. On the other side, on 6 p.m. Prime, we're going to be getting you all the latest from the Republican convention. Trump has gone ahead and named the Republican vice president nominee, and it is J.D. Vance. A lot of curiosity about J.D. Vance's wife, Usha. We'll tell you all about her.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 39 and minimum 30 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 28 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 34 and minimum 27 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 24 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 31 and minimum 27 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 27 and minimum 22 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. One of the big global headlines has been the Republican National Convention that's underway. Of course, Donald Trump made his first appearance after the assassination attempt, but he's also gone ahead and named the Republican vice presidential candidate. It's J.D. Vance. And there's a lot of focus right now, here in India at least, on Vance's wife, Usha Chilikuri. She is someone who has Telugu origin, so it's got a lot of people excited because on one hand, as far as the Democrats go, it's Kamala Harris, who also traces back to Indian roots, and now you have Usha Vance too. More details in our next report about J.D. Vance and his family.
You have to start by dealing a humiliating rebuke to the radical left in this election. This is so important, this election. J.D. Vance.
Former President Donald Trump selected Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate for the 2024 presidential contest. The 39-year-old Ohio senator, a baptized Catholic, a U.S. Marine veteran, a Yale graduate in law and bestseller author, is all set to be the vice president for Donald Trump if he comes to power. Vance's selection injected new energy into a campaign that has centered in recent years on questions of age. Both presidential candidates, being 75 plus, a 40 under young Republican raised in a humble background in Ohio with a Hindu wife from Indian origin, was the right move for the Trump camp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to determine our nominee
for the office of Vice President of the United States, Senator J.D. Vance.
But in 2016, J.D. Vance did not support Donald Trump. The lawyer turned venture capitalist turned politician in 2016 did not vote for Trump and called him Hitler and declared himself as a never a Trump guy. But then he changed course 2 years later, around the time he was baptized and became a Catholic. His 2016 bestseller memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, has often been described as a window into rural, oft-forgotten America that fueled Donald Trump's rise. It was adapted into a film directed by Ron Howard 4 years after it was first published.
Well, I'd say, first of all, it's not an unsurprising pick. Vance has been one of the top names that have been talked about for many weeks now. He's an interesting guy. He's a senator and recently been elected senator. And I think the thing that's critical for Vance, the thing that makes him attractive to Trump and to Republicans, is that he's got a real blue-collar background. And even though he is a Yale-trained lawyer, an Ivy League lawyer, he has maintained this kind of credibility and ties to that more rural parts of America.
J.D. Vance met Usha in his Yale days. That is when he grew close to another Yale graduate Republican of Indian origin, Vivek Ramaswamy. The three are close friends, and Vance credits his wife for inspiring him to find his true faith in Catholicism 4 years after his marriage. A litigator at a national firm, Usha Chilikuri is the daughter of Indian immigrants and has an impressive academic background. Together, they have 3 children, and one of them is named Vivek, inspired by their friend Ramaswamy, who withdrew from presidential race in January, endorsing Trump.
Our family story is an Ohio story. My husband JD grew up in Middletown, and things weren't easy. His mom struggled with addiction, and his dad wasn't there. But JD was lucky. He was raised by his loving grandmother, and he served his country as a Marine in Iraq. He's an incredible father, and he's my best friend. JD shared his family story in Hillbilly Elegy, and he wants for Ohio what Ohio gave him, a fighting chance.
I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message.
Well, I think his background is really compelling. The fact that, a hard pull up from your bootstraps kind of life, a mother who was addicted to drugs. He wrote about it, a book that really affected many people in the country of what was happening in Appalachia. I think also that he served his country. He, as a Marine, I think that's compelling as well. He had a short-term success in business. He's a lawyer, married to an Indian American, 3, children. He has built, a life, an American life that I think Donald Trump clearly respects.
J.D. Vance, as the running mate, is also likely to play out well in the Silicon Valley, where Trump is looking for financial backing for the campaign. The billionaire former CEO of PayPal, Peter Thiel, is one of Vance's biggest donors. And this selection also means that 2 white men will now lead the Republican ticket as Trump seeks to make inroads into other demographics, like the Asian Indian diaspora, where Usha plays a significant role. Bureau Report, India Today.
That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'm leaving you with images that have just been released today of Kim and Khloe Kardashian when they were in India, from partying with the Ambanis to now visiting temples. They were, in fact, present for the wedding of Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant, but also took out time to visit the ISKCON temple in Juhu to serve food to the underprivileged kids. Also, Jay Shetty, who is a life coach, joined the Kardashian sisters to serve all the little kids who are lined up at ISKCON.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 39 and minimum 30 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 28 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 34 and minimum 27 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 24 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 31 and minimum 27 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 27 and minimum 22 degrees.
Watching 7 at 7, I'm Preeti Chaudhary. Let me quickly take you through the headlines this evening. Fraud IAS, Puja shunted out of Maharashtra. Puja Khedkar relieved of all duties and recalled back to IAS Academy. Mega India Today impact of IAS fraud exposed. New video of IAS Puja's mother's VVIP high-handedness surfaces. In 2022, Puja Khedkar yelled at metro workers to stop construction work. All of this after the video of her brandishing a gun at farmers. 4 soldiers killed in Doda terror encounter. Nation salutes braves in wreath-laying ceremony. Jammu top cop blames regional parties. Mehbooba Mufti demands DGP resignation. Politics over Doda encounter peaks. Congress blames Modi government. AIMIM chief Owaisi says Modi government unable to control terrorism. CBI NEET leak probe intensifies. 2 more arrests from Bihar and Jharkhand. Accused who stole NEET paper and accused who distributed papers, both arrested. Another shocking murder rocks Tamil Nadu. Gang chases down and hacks NTK Neta to death in Madurai. BJP lashes out, demands Stalin's resignation. Trump's first appearance after assassination bid. Attends Republican convention in Milwaukee with a bandaged ear. Names JD once as his vice president pick. Top story comes in from Pune, where the IAS fraud Puja Khedkar has been shunted out of Maharashtra in a big India Today impact. Puja Khedkar has been relieved of all duties by the Maharashtra government. Puja Khedkar's IAS training has been halted and she has now been recalled by the IAS Academy in Mussoorie, where she will have to report back by July 23rd. Meanwhile, a new video of her mother has surfaced showing more instances of VVIP high-handedness. The hunt continues for Puja's parents, her mother and her father, who are now on the run. My colleague Omkar Wable joining us live with the latest from Pune. Omkar, India Today impact, Puja called back. What's the latest and give us the details?
Well, now it is clear that she'll have to wind up her stuff and she'll have to go back to the her academy, Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy, which is located in the Mussoorie, because that the academy which holds her actual legal custody, being a probationary officer, because as being a trainee, she does not belong to the full-time employee of Maharashtra government, and that is why the Maharashtra government could not able to take exact action against her. But now we have to understand the probe has been initiated on the different level. Like central government has already initiated one member of a committee which is going to be investigate all the documents of her, whether it is fraud or not. But it is already, I guess it is crystal clear that how she was trying to appear UPSC under different multiple disability quotas, and how she she was going through those different illegal activities and different addresses, different names, and changing in her age. So till 23rd of July, she'll have to go back to the Mussoorie, and her rest of training period will be completed over there. But at least now, Maharashtra government has issued a letter, and especially Additional Chief Secretary Mr. Gadre issued letter that the rest training period will be completed in the Mussoorie itself, and the contract, basically the training period with the Maharashtra government has it is put on the hold.
All right, appreciate you joining us. We're going to come back to you for more, Omkar. With that, let's shift focus right now to Jammu and Kashmir and the massive terror attack in Doda. The terror, in fact, bleeding Jammu and Kashmir once again. 4 soldiers were killed in an encounter in Jammu's Doda. The hunt for the terrorists continues, but sources say they may have fled the area. This is the 5th such terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir region in just 1 month.
Captain Brijesh Thapa killed in action in the Doda encounter. Sepoy Bijendra killed in action in the Doda encounter. Sepoy Ajay killed in action in the Doda encounter. Nayak D. Rajesh killed in action in the Doda encounter. Yet another terror attack in Jammu division where 4 army braves lost their lives. The encounter took place when the troops of the 10 Rashtriya Rifles and the Special Operations Group of the J&K Police launched a joint cordon and search operation 55 kilometers from Doda town in the Desa forest belt.
This entire stretch is surrounded by dense forests, mountains, so it becomes very difficult for security forces to carry out counter-terror operation in areas like these. Unfortunately, on most occasions in the recent past, the Pakistani terrorists who have carried out these dastardly terror attacks have managed to escape from the terror attack spots. That is why this time around, the security forces want to ensure that these coward Pakistani terrorists don't escape and they are neutralized as soon as possible.
Among the 4 army men killed in action was an officer, just 27 years old, who led his brave troops in chasing the fleeing terrorists in the challenging, thickly forested terrain. Captain Brijesh Thapa joined the army just 5 years ago. His shattered, grieving parents remembered their brave son and expressed today how proud they are of him.
गर्व तो अभी हो गया है क्योंकि नेचुरली उसने अपने देश के लिए अपने जान दे रखा है ना, तो हो गए. बट हमारा तो काफ़ी बड़ा लॉस भी हो गया वो, तो वो हमको अभी टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा सा अंडरस्टैंड करना. अभी भी हमको ऐसे लग रहा है कि पता नहीं अभी क्या हो रहा है वो,
क्योंकि उसका इंटरेस्ट छोटे से फौज में और देश के लिए लड़ना था, तो उन्होंने अपना कभी वो ऐसे डरे नहीं, कभी वो झुके नहीं, और हमेशा जो है वो जो भी काम था वो अपना ठीक ठाक करता था और जो भी बोला वो सही करता था.
Officials said the gun battle began after a cordon and search operation was launched in the Desa forest area around 7:45 p.m. on Monday.
Based on that specific input, a massive anti-terror operation was launched by the security forces. Indian Army and Special Operations Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police worked together, and this counter-terror operation was launched at about 7 p.m. last evening. At about 9 p.m., the security forces were successful in establishing a contact with the terrorists who were hiding in the upper reaches. Unfortunately, in the gunfight, 4 of our brave hearts sustained serious injuries, and in the morning we got this tragic news, we got this unfortunate news that all 4 of them attained Veer Gati. They made the supreme sacrifice of their lives for the nation.
Amidst the spate of terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir's top cop, the DGP, blamed regional parties for helping Pakistan's sinister terror agenda.
Pakistan successfully came to infiltrate all important aspects of our civil society. Thanks to the regional so-called mainstream politics in the valley, there is overwhelming evidence to show that many had honed the art of running with the hare and hunting with the hound to a near science that left both the common men and the security men